many of you. Good evening to the rest. So lovely to see you. It's been a while since I've been able to do a Facebook Live, and I'm actually really excited. Today I get to talk to you about a product that we actually brought back to the market based on your request. We're going to give people a moment here to jump on. I'm going to just watch the comments just to make sure that you can hear me okay, that everybody's joining and seeing good image, and that you'll be able to spend some time with me. It's going to be fairly brief. I was asked to be relatively short and brief this morning, so it's going to be just a really quick overview. But thank you for joining. So we're really excited to introduce or reintroduce the essential oil line. And for the sake of being simple and brief, I'm going to share just a couple of tips about these oils, some things that you might not have thought of, some things that you might have thought of, and maybe things that you could share as you're promoting these oils. But I will be doing a more comprehensive training for some countries, which I know our countries will release and allow you to listen to. Now, so here's the difficulty being in a position where I sit, being in the United States and having two different registrations, meaning the United States register their products one way and some of our other countries register them another way. So what I'm going to be talking about today is specific to the United States and Canada. I will try and I'll try and tell you what can be said in your countries if possible, but just know the registration impacts the things that we're able to talk about and the things that we're able to say in a compliant way about our products. We always want to be on the right side, making sure that we make no claims, that we do not treat or diagnose or cure any disease, that we don't mention any of those things, that our products are simply designed to supplement. So aromatherapy goes back thousands of years. It dates back to the ancient Romans and Greeks, where they actually used plant-based botanicals for different purposes. And they were notorious for mixing different plants. And I think that's kind of the start of the evolution, where we got into this mixing different oils to achieve different effects. Really, the power is in your hands. When you look up the information on all of our amazing oils, the power is in your hands to determine how to use them, what is compliant in your market, and how to promote them in a more effective way. As you know, at Forever Living Products, we do things with the highest quality and the highest testing, and that was part of the delay, to be honest with you. It wasn't just the supply chain. We have some stringent quality measures that we must ensure before we will release a product. So as we were running through all of those tests, updating some of the packaging, getting the defense in a bigger size, you have been patiently waiting, and I'm now proud to announce that they're here in many of the countries and rolling out very, very quickly to many of you as well. So, as I mentioned, aromatherapy dates back thousands and thousands of years, and while you may think it actually is triggered in your nose, it's your brain that registers scent. Your olfactory system is one of the most powerful senses you have. In fact, did you know that a simple sniff, one sniff of a scent or a fragrance, can evoke powerful memory or emotion in you? Think about it. When you look at trends in what people prefer by way of fragrance, they say that men have a fragrance preference of fresh cut grass or vanilla. And when they question that, they think, well, why do guys have such an affinity to fresh cut grass and vanilla? Well, when polled, the men will say the fresh cut grass reminds them of doing things with either a father figure or doing things in the yard or having chores as they were growing up. And the vanilla reminds them of fresh baked goods that mom had in the kitchen or something that they really enjoyed eating. So they have an affinity to those fragrances, but they evoke a powerful emotion. I want to ask you a question. I want you to think of a fragrance that you either absolutely love, or think of one of our essential oils and picture what memory that brings to mind. It is so powerful. You don't even need to smell it to regain that memory of a fragrance. So fragrance is really powerful. Just the mere ability to smell it is so powerful because your brain registers it, and then your brain starts triggering the body to do all sorts of remarkable things. So let's talk very quickly about our oils and give you the range of oils and explain just a couple of little features about them. They're coming out in new boxes, new packaging. They're really lovely designed. Our marketing team works so hard to make sure that our designs are so beautiful The boxers are just, I love the new shape. I love the way they feel, the way they look. They just look premium, and they are premium. You can see on some of them 100% pure, 100% pure oils. Now, this is important to note. There are standards by which you can test essential oils. There are standards. And then there are, so that would be the basics. Those would be the basics that you're required. Forever Living doesn't just look at the basics. We look at every single element within that oil. We have the test to break it down to the raw molecule level and understand how all of those beautiful oils play together and what they do when they're either diluted or when they're diffused or when they're actually applied topically to the skin. Now, as I mentioned, this is specifically for North America markets where they're registered. I'm going to talk a little bit about the usage. And I'm going to start first with our peppermint oil. And I'm going to explain to you a little bit of difference between peppermint and lemon. People sometimes confuse these oils and they think that they're supposed to be used for the same thing. Absolutely not. And I'm going to give you two words that describe. So your peppermint oil is going to be energizing. It's going to wake you up. It's going to give you that feeling, that rush of energy, that positive emotion, that your body just becomes alive. Your nose and your brain and everything begin to wake up. That's energizing. The lemon is refreshing. Now, I want you to think of those two words. And I'm sorry if you're not in an English-speaking country, but energizing speaks to energy. Refreshing speaks to kind of a rejuvenation, a clean feeling, kind of an exhale, if that makes sense. So two different oils, people often confuse them for the same function, but they're very, very different in what they do with the body. So our peppermint oil is 100% pure oil. And I have to tell you guys, the way that these oils are sourced is truly remarkable. Friends, you have an entire team of scientists and chemists and doctors and researchers, people with specialties that I didn't even know existed, that are researching these oils to make sure that all the documentation is there to support compliance in your country. But mostly it's the integrity of Rex and Greg to ensure that these products are at the safest quality available so that you and your families and your friends and the people that you talk to can consume these with confidence. So peppermint, again, something that's extremely energizing, wakes up the system. Our peppermint oil in the United States is actually really a phenomenal product to use topically. You can actually apply it to either the forehead, the back of the neck, or the bottoms of the feet. Now, please remember, this is one thing, if you don't remember anything, and for sake of being brief, if you don't remember anything at all, please remember this. Mother Nature is powerful. Absolutely powerful. Just because it's natural does not mean that you can take it by the bucket loads. Just because it comes from nature does not mean that you should not give it your ultimate respect and understand the power and the potency that is found in these tiny little bottles. When you think of a peppermint leaf or where peppermint is extracted from, think of a mint leaf if you're serving a mojito or if you like peppermint mint tea and you picture that leaf. Think of how many of those leaves must be pressed and extracted in order to get 1 drop of peppermint oil. I want you to picture that. Try and squeeze in your mind, squeeze a peppermint leaf and just try to get it to emit just 1 tiny drop. You can't do it because it takes multiple leaves, just so many pounds and pounds and pounds of leaves in order to make this precious oil. So respect it. Don't just put it everywhere and anywhere you can think. Make sure that you realize that this is a powerful gift from nature that's in the most highly concentrated form. Respect it and use it wisely. When you place it on your forehead or on the back of your neck, when you have maybe something, when maybe you're just feeling a little tired or you're kind of getting what I call those mid-afternoon slumps where you just kind of slouch and you're just a little tired after lunch, this is a great pick-me-up. Always dilute it. Find some coconut oil or some olive oil. Some inexpensive oils are just fine. You're always going to want to dilute it when putting it on the skin because remember, this is nature in its purest form. This is the extract of the most potent and highly concentrated peppermint oil. So make sure you use it with respect and dilute it. This can also be mixed with lemon oil and placed on those pulse points, so on your temples of your forehead, the backs of your neck, or really a great effective place is the bottom of your feet, because the bottoms of your feet will actually absorb in a very cohesive, consistent way. So you put it up here on your temples or the backs of your neck in order to get the olfactory part of it. So you're actually smelling it, you're getting the benefit of that invigoration and that energy coming from the lemon and the peppermint. And these two oils are really, honestly, the highest quality. I won't use anything else. The oils that are in my home are Forever Living products. And let's be real. Can I be honest with you for a minute? There are other options. We're not the first company to produce essential oils. There are other options. Why would you choose Forever? Well, first of all, Forever has 4 of the most popular oils available on the market today. You can mix these oils to complete a full range of other uses. You're not just looking at it as a single oil. You're looking at ways that you can mix them and create your own things for you and your individual needs. So peppermint and lemon, phenomenal products for energizing and rejuvenating. And our defense product, let's actually move on to defense. So I'm going to put these down for just a moment and just confirm. So these are can be promoted for diffusing in our European countries, for aromatherapy in our European countries, and in the United States they can be used in all method and in our North America markets by the way that they're positioned. So feel free again to put these in with a carrier oil of some kind, coconut, olive oil, some kind of a beautiful natural oil. Make sure you dilute them before you put them on the skin. And you too can create your own concoctions. That's what I find so fun. It's kind of like I've got, oh, I'm going to say it out loud, a Dr. Mom mentality, right? If I have an ailment and I see something that my family needs, I immediately go to my essential oils and know how to mix them up in just the right way to satisfy the moment, whatever the urgency may be. So, okay, let's move on to defense. So the defense oil is one that you have known and loved and is really well loved all over the world. And this is a really rare oil. This is an oil that is constantly being diffused in my house at this time. I have diffusers all throughout my entire house, and I have defense burning in some bedroom or some room of the house at any given time during the day because I know the power and potency of this oil. In the North America markets, this is registered as a dietary supplement. 2 drops in a cup of tea are absolutely sensational when you start to get that little tickle in your throat, or you feel just like you're just kind of getting the winter blues as we're going into the colder months in some of our countries. Some of you are going into summer, some of us are going into winter. This is great to put in with your tea. Drop it in with some honey. It's fantastic. Take the Forever Bee honey, put it on a spoon, take a couple of drops of your defense essential oil. It's phenomenal. But like I mentioned, for me, the most powerful way to use our defense is actually diffusing it in the air because of all of the wonderful abilities this oil has. From the clove and the cinnamon, the blend of spices is unique to Forever. We created it blend by blend, oil by oil. We hand selected the oils that would go into this to make it the potent, powerful, concentrated essential oil that it is today. Now, in other countries, this would not be considered a dietary supplement. It's the same formula, but remember, based on where you live, you want to make sure you're promoting the products in a compliant way and that you're sharing them. You as the consumer get to use these however you deem necessary. That is your personal choice. But as a representative of the company, I must ask you to please use them the way that they are recommended and the way that they are registered in your countries. And then finally, moving on, quickly, I'm moving on to our lavender oil. Lavender, again, not a new oil to the industry. People have heard of lavender. I challenge you to take our lavender, take it to another place that sells essential oils, and just simply smell our lavender against other lavenders. You will immediately notice the purity of our oil in just the scent. You can actually tell how rich and wonderful the lavender in our lavender oil is, and you can smell the difference. You'll be able to pick up maybe the more chemical notes of some of the other essential oil company or other essential oil products out there on the market. So just by smelling it, you can smell the purity. It's a lavender that's designed to help promote relaxation in the body. This is a great product to put in a spray bottle. Now here's a little trick. Many of us put it in water and just spray it along with the water. That's a good idea and that's effective, but remember, this is an oil. And what happens when you put oil in water? They sometimes separate. Do you want to know how to solve that? Take your water, put your drops of essential oil in your spray bottle, and then all you need to do is put maybe 3 or 4 drops of a rubbing alcohol, which will actually cause the oil and the water to come together. So it creates this beautiful synergy, and then when you spray it, it actually allows it to wisp away and not stay so much present on your pillowcase or on your bedding if you choose to spray it there. I spray this on the pillow of my children. This is an amazing, amazing product for helping to relax the mind, helping to calm and soothe. Again, when you get in those moments of tension or those moments of stress or those moments of just annoyance, like we all get often these days, it seems like, right? When we're at home and we're changing and the world outside is so different and crazy, mix the lavender and the lemon together. Mix them with a carrier oil and rub them on the bottom of your feet. This is a remarkable sensation that helps the body relax while also keeping the body in a state of being alert. So you're able to relax it and you're able to calm your mind. You're able to just come into this soothing motion, but you're not falling asleep. You're staying there in this beautiful, calm, relaxed state. I love this specifically on a dryer sheet in my dryer. I put 1 drop of lemon oil, 2 drops of lavender oil to 1 dryer sheet. I toss it in with my laundry. My entire laundry room erupts in this gorgeous scent of lavender and lemon. And then my clothes come out with this really fresh scent. They don't always smell like lavender and lemon, but they definitely smell more clean. I love this combination. For those of you who have a sour washing machine or a sour dishwasher, meaning one of those units is actually starting to smell a little musty or a little moldy, take a cup of water and add some lemon essential oil, run it through a wash and notice the difference. I even put this down my garbage disposal whenever I put something down and it starts to give off that stale smell. I put some of this into my garbage disposal and it works perfectly. So there you go. Not too comprehensive to where we're excluding a lot of our countries, just basic enough to give you a little taste into our essential oils. This was just a really broad overview to get you really excited about our essential oils. They're back just in time for the holidays. They make a phenomenal gift. They can be used anywhere in the house. You, the consumer, are the smartest one in the room, and you are the one that gets to decide how to use them based on your understanding and your research. We do offer essential oils at the highest quality and the highest safety. I would stand up against anybody and put our oils on the front line and know that we would win simply because of the time and effort we took in creating these oils, in sourcing where the lemons come from, where the lavender comes from, where the peppermint comes from, where the clove and the cinnamon and all the other elements of our defense oil come from. A lot of time and energy was spent in sourcing those and making those the best so that you feel comfortable and confident as you promote. I hope you're so excited about these oils. I was excited to see them return. I thank you for spending time with me today, and I'm sending you the biggest hugs and loves.